Have you ever felt a profound loneliness, even when surrounded by people? A sense that your feelings run deeper, more turbulent than others, that your thoughts explore depths others dare not approach? Perhaps you've been told you think too much or are too sensitive. Perhaps you've tried to share the vast, intricate landscape of your inner world, only to be met with blank stares or misunderstanding. And so, you began to wonder if something was wrong with you. You learned to hide, to shrink, to tuck the symphony of your emotions and the complexity of your thoughts behind a mask of normalcy that society would accept. But Carl Jung, the master explorer of the human soul's deepest territories, offers a revolutionary truth forged over a lifetime of research. You are not flawed. On the contrary, you may represent the next frontier of human consciousness. Jung discovered that a small fraction of the population, perhaps less than 5%, develops what he termed differentiated consciousness. These individuals are not simply different. They are evolutionarily advanced. They are the pioneers of consciousness, leading humanity's ascent from the ocean of the collective unconscious toward a more whole and integrated state of being. The struggles you feel are not evidence of your weakness, but proof of your sophisticated psychological architecture. They are your upgrades, not your glitches. Now, let us unveil the indications that set you apart, and see if your own soul echoes with the same resonance. Indication 1. A tempestuous and profound inner world. Most of your life is lived internally. The noise of the external world is a faint echo compared to the dialogues, symbols, and emotional storms that rage within you. Others see your silence, but they do not hear the symphony of your thoughts. This is not social anxiety. It is a highly developed introversion, a capacity to draw power from within and to process information with extraordinary depth. Indication 2. An intuition that transcends logic. You often know things without being able to explain how. You perceive the unspoken truths in a room, sense the subtle shifts in emotional energy, and grasp the potential futures hidden within the present moment. This is not fantasy. It is your intuitive function operating at a high level. Your consciousness is a finely tuned instrument, receiving signals from both the personal and collective unconscious, allowing you to see the invisible web of meaning that connects all things. Indication 3. A relentless quest for meaning. Superficial conversations, aimless goals, and purely material pursuits feel like a spiritual starvation to you. You are driven by an insatiable hunger to ask, why? Your very existence is a quest for purpose and significance. This is the work of what Jung called the transcendent function, an innate drive within the psyche to unite opposing forces, heal inner splits, and ascend to a higher level of wholeness. Indication 4. The courage to dance with your shadow. Unlike those who spend their lives avoiding their imperfections, you are often haunted by your darker aspects, your anger, your envy, your fear. You cannot ignore them. Jung named this part of the psyche the shadow. Your rarity lies in your compulsion to confront it. This is a painful path, but it is through the integration of this shadow that you gain true power and authenticity, rather than living in a false, half-lit illusion of self. Indication 5. Conscious independence and the sanctuary of solitude. You learned early on that depending on the validation of others to define your worth is like building a house on quicksand. Your solitude is not the ache of abandonment. It is the sanctuary where you forge your psychological sovereignty. In these moments of quiet, you strip away the roles and expectations of the world to meet the person you truly are. You understand that true connection begins not with two halves seeking completion, but with two whole souls choosing to walk together. Indication 6. A transformative presence. Have you noticed that people often change after a deep encounter with you? Your very presence acts as a catalyst. You don't intend to fix anyone, but your commitment to authenticity creates a space where others are forced to confront their own. As Jung said, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. You are often the one who initiates the reaction. A warning for the trailblazer. 3 traps on the path to becoming. Embracing this truth is liberating, but every great power is accompanied by its own shadow. This journey towards self-realization is not an ethereal escape. It demands immense honesty and groundedness. Before you begin, you must be aware of 3 traps where countless rare souls have run aground. 1. The trap of psychological inflation. From special to superior, the realization of your rarity can easily curdle into a subtle sense of superiority. This is psychological inflation. You begin to separate yourself from others, seeing them as less evolved or asleep. This is a dangerous detour. True individuation leads not to arrogance, but to profound humility, the understanding that every soul is on its own unique path, and your purpose is to serve the whole, not to stand above it. 2. The trap of spiritual bypassing. Using the journey to escape life. When reality becomes difficult, bills, challenging relationships, mundane work, it is tempting to use your inner journey as an excuse to disengage. This is spiritual bypassing. Jung was adamant that the alchemy of individuation happens in the crucible of your everyday life. You cannot reach the divine mountaintop by avoiding the messy human valleys. Your task is to live your extraordinary truth within the ordinary world. 3. The trap of the hermit's cave, confusing solitude with isolation. While solitude is your sanctuary for reconnecting with the self, total isolation is a prison that stifles growth. It robs you of the most important mirror you have, other people. It is in relationships that your triggers are activated, your projections are revealed, and your inner work is put to the test. The key is balance. Seek solitude to recharge your soul, but seek conscious connection to practice your wholeness in the world. Beginning your journey of individuation, a practical map for the rare soul. If this truth resonates in the deep chambers of your soul, you may ask, where do I begin? Carl Jung himself illuminated the path with a single powerful statement. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakens. The journey of individuation is, at its heart, the great adventure of turning your gaze inward. It is not a grand expedition that requires elaborate plans. It begins with a series of sincere encounters with your own inner world. Here are a few pathways to look inside, a series of invitations to begin your awakening. 1. Listen to the whispers of the night. Keep a dream journal. Jung called dreams the royal road to the unconscious. They are letters from your deeper self. Keep a notebook by your bed, and upon waking, immediately write down everything you remember. Do not analyze, simply record. Over time, you will begin to see patterns, symbols, and emotions emerge, revealing what your soul yearns for and what wounds it seeks to heal. 2. Converse with your inner figures. Practice active imagination. In a quiet moment, allow an image or emotion from within to take form. Do not direct it, but consciously interact with it as if it were a real person. Ask your anger why it is here. Question the mysterious figure that reappears in your thoughts. This is active imagination. It is the art of building a bridge between the conscious and unconscious, inviting your shadow and other forgotten parts of yourself into dialogue toward integration. 3. Give form to the formless. Engage in creative expression. The storm of your inner world cannot always be contained by words. It needs an outlet. Through painting, writing, music, or any creative act, give form to the formless. The goal is not to create a masterpiece, but to allow your psychic energy to flow and be witnessed. This is the alchemy of the soul, transforming inner chaos into tangible existence. 4. See relationships as mirrors. Practice conscious interaction. Treat every human interaction as a mirror reflecting your own inner state. The person who infuriates you, what disowned part of your shadow have they activated? The person you admire, what golden potential within you have they illuminated? As Jung taught, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Use your relationships not as escapes, but as the sacred ground where you can practice becoming whole. Please, be gentle with yourself. This inner exploration is not a checklist to be conquered, but a series of gentle invitations. Begin with the one that resonates most deeply. Let your intuition be your guide on this path. This journey has no end, for it is life itself. It demands courage, not perfection. Remember, you are not fixing something broken. You are awakening something whole that has been asleep for a very long time. And that, as Jung knew, is the privilege of a lifetime. And so, the next time you feel that profound loneliness in a crowd, remember this: that is not your flaw. That is the bell of your own awakening, ringing from the depths of your soul.